Yo, what is up, my friends? We got best bets for NBA here for you today on Tuesday, March 5th, 2024. We're going to have NBA player props, spreads, totals, predictions here for you today. We're going to have 4 picks that are great value bets for this Tuesday NBA slate. As always, we'd just like to thank you guys all for your continued support here on the channel. If you're new to the channel here today, please be sure to hit that like and subscribe button. Always appreciate that. We are on the road to 9,000 subscribers. Really on the road to 10K though, guys. Once we get to 10,000 subscribers, we're going to do some giveaways and stuff like that. So really excited about that. Make sure you guys follow us over on social media, Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, at StreetFirePicks for more picks content, recaps, ladder challenges, stuff like that. Great way to keep up with us there. Also, be sure to check out our community Discord page as well. I'll link down below in the comment section and description for that. Great way to keep up with us there as well. You get access to more picks, research. I'm also in there if you guys want to chat. It's a great way to keep up with the chat in our community as well. Like I said, absolutely free to do that. And also be sure to drop your favorite pick down below in the comment section. If you like a pick included in our comment capper section, just be sure to put a star or an asterisk next to your pick and include your pick in the video if it hits. Okay, guys, now it's time for a shout out to our Straight Fire MVPs. So, as always, you see this beautiful list here running beside me of all of our Straight Fire MVPs. If you guys are interested in becoming a Straight Fire MVP today, there's a join button down below. We'll also have a link in the comment section and description for that. The cost is just $3.99 per month. You get access to our picks and plays early, basically an hour or two in advance of the video, sometimes a couple hours in advance of the video. Basically, whenever I get done with the research and the notes for the morning, I post them up in the community tab for our Straight Fire MVPs, and there you can access them and get all our best plays for the day. It's also a great way to support the channel, what we do here at the channel. Like I said, it's the cost of a coffee per month, $3.99 per month, and it really helps support us. But they're not VIP picks, they're just basically access to our video picks early, a couple hours in advance if you guys want that. So, be sure to check that out. Shout out to our newest Straight Fire MVP, the William. Appreciate you, brother, for signing up. And without further ado, enough on that. Let's do a recap now from yesterday. So it ended up being a solid day for us. We ended up going 2-1. We will take it. Plus 0.84 units. We cashed the under 227 points in the Clippers-Bucks game. We love to see that. Bucks continuing to play great defense. We were 3-0 on Bucks unders, betting on total. So we like seeing that. And we cashed Chet Holmgren under 28.5 PRAs. He ends up getting that relatively easily with 23, which we love to see that. Then we missed the Kings minus 6.5 spread. I thought we had this locked up in the third quarter. Kings were up by 22. The last I checked, I went to bed and then ended up losing by 4. I don't know what happened. The Kings fell apart, though, in the fourth quarter, but, you know, what can you do? I liked the pick while we had it, but then obviously I don't like the fact that they ended up losing the game straight up. That obviously kind of hurt. Didn't really even end up being that close, which is kind of crazy. As far as our comment cappers, though, we had lit picks calling James Harden over 15.5 points. He finishes with 29. Great call out there. But let's get back after today, guys. Let's get this 4-0 sweep. Let's get right into our picks here for today. At number 1, we got Emmanuel quickly over 7.5 assists here for the Toronto Raptors. Plus 108 odds on FanDuel. So guys, I love the plus value here. You got no Scotty Barnes here for the Raptors, which obviously adds a lot of volume to Quickly's plate, just because the ball is in Scotty Barnes' hands quite a bit. And so Quickly is going to have the ball in his hands more. Him and Barrett, which I consider both of their overs. Went with Quickly, though. He's posted logs of 9, 11, and 11 over his last 3 home games, his last 3 games here. So 2 of those basically without Barnes, right? So I love seeing that, honestly, guys. The fact that he hit 11 assists twice in the last 3 is huge. I think, you know, it gives us a lot of room here, potentially, to cash the over here. He's averaging 15.5 potential assists per game over the last 2 games, so we love seeing that. This is a great matchup for him. Pelicans allowing the 6th most assists to point guards for the season, 3rd most over the last 7, and the 4th most over the last 15. They also allow a lot of assists to small forwards as well, which is why I was looking at RJ Barrett as well. His line's 4.5 for plus 120. I did like that line as well. If you guys wanted to go that direction, I believe you could do that as well. It's another great look there on RJ Barrett. Like I said, great spot though for Quickly, guys. With the injuries here, ball will be in his and Barrett's hands a lot. I think this is just a great opportunity here to take advantage of a guy's line. Where, you know, like I said, no Scotty Barnes. Bunch of injuries here for the Raptors, so Quickly's going to have to play a lot of minutes. And he's going to have the ball in his hands a lot. Should be able to get some assist opportunities. Still the guys like Olynyk and Barrett, obviously, and guys like that. So, love it there for our number 1 pick. We got Emmanuel quickly, over 7.5 assists here for the Toronto Raptors, plus 108 odds on FanDuel. Okay, and at number 2, we got Jarrett Allen, under 13.5 rebounds and assists, minus 110 odds on BetMGM. Love this look here, guys. We got Jarrett Allen under in 7 of his last 10 games, 7 of his last 10 games at home, but really 7 of his last 7 at home. He's gone under, which we love seeing that. We've seen him go under in 5 of his last 6 here versus the Boston Celtics. The one that he hit the over and he landed on the hook with 14. So overall, this is a pretty tough matchup with the Celtics, just from the standpoint, to me, obviously, we want to see Porzingis in there. Porzingis listed on the injury report day to day. He's listed as questionable. Still expected him to play, but even if he weren't to play, think about the Boston Celtics for a minute. Why wouldn't there be a lot of rebound opportunities? Simply because the Celtics just hit a lot of their shots. They're very talented. Jaylen Brown, Jason Tatum, Drew Holiday, all these guys shoot a high percentage. So there's a lot less opportunities when you play a team like the Celtics. They've been playing great defense this year, too. They don't allow a lot of assists. So there's just not a lot of chances. So, if the ball bounces your way, you have to grab it. And with the fact that Evan Mobley is still on the floor here for the Cavs, I think is huge. Cavs do have some injuries, but Evan Mobley will be on the floor tonight, or at least he's scheduled to. Donovan Mitchell is scheduled, though, to be out, and Max Strus. But like I said, with Mobley on the floor, he's hit this over in just 8 of 32 games this year. So that's 25%. And really, I think Mobley would be the guy that would impact his line the most. And here, the fact that Mobley's on the floor, I love the idea of him hitting this under. This is definitely got to be my favorite play of the day. Spread set to 7.5 in favor of the Celtics. So there is a blowout potential here. You consider the fact that Donovan Mitchell is out. That's the biggest thing. And Mitchell has really played the Celtics well and kind of kept the Cavs in those games. So without Mitchell, I can easily see the Celtics blowing the Cavs out. The Celtics have been an absolute wagon this year as far as winning. They've been absolutely killing it this year. We've seen them have 3. I saw the article of them in at NBA.com of them, winning 3 games by 50-plus points this year. I think the first team in NBA history to do that, which is wild. I don't know if they'd win this game. I wouldn't say they'd win this game by 50, but here on the road, I could see them winning by 20-plus. Could definitely see that happening. And if that happens, obviously Mobley Allen doesn't really have a chance to cash it. But I love his trends here to the under. I love the matchup today. I think overall it's going to be a tough matchup for him. So love it there for our number 2 pick. We got Jarrett Allen under 13.5 rebounds and assists here for the Cleveland Cavaliers. Minus 110 odds on BetMGM. Okay, and at number 3, we got the Charlotte Hornets plus 8.5 spread here versus the Orlando Magic. Minus 110 odds on FanDuel. Guys, I love betting on the Hornets right now. We said it coming out of the All-Star break, and they have not disappointed us. We are 3-1-1 betting on Hornets spreads. We're 2-1-1 since the break, so we did lose one. They're betting on the Bucks. They were playing the Bucks in Milwaukee, and they ended up losing that game by a ton, which we had them. But here they're playing at home. The points are still really high once again. This is why I wanted to look at the Hornets going forward. The points are super high once again, 8.5. I think it's just too many points for a team that, like I said, is playing great defense right now. The Hornets are 5th in defensive rating over the last 10 games. The Magic 8th in defensive rating, so we got a slight edge there. We've seen the Magic win 4 of the last 5 meetings between these two teams, covering minus 8.5 in 3 of those. 2 of those, the 2 that were in Charlotte, though, the Magic won by 6 and by 11. So overall, they were fairly close. And here, obviously, this team is completely different than what they were before, which I think is somewhat of a good thing. You got here, ever since really, Trey Mann has really added a lot to this Hornets team, added a lot more depth, and they've played much better. Grant Williams, same thing. He's played very well as well. Couple injuries here for the Hornets. You got Curry slated to be out and Cody Martin. That obviously isn't great for us, but overall I think we could still get by here with Grant Williams. Micic has played very well. Brandon Miller's still in there. Bridges. I think they got enough here to keep this game close, keep it low scoring. Like I said, the over-under is set to about 207 in this game. So when you consider that, it's hard for me to see, let's say the under hits. It's hard to see the Magic winning by a ton in that type of scenario. I think both these teams are not going to be scoring a ton of points. And here with the Hornets being at home, I think we can keep this game close enough to cover. Magic do have a significant edge on the offensive side. They're 4th in offensive rating last 10 games. Hornets just 26th. We've seen the Hornets play some really bad offensive games. They've played some really good offensive games in the last 10. I've seen games where they've shot about 20% from the floor, versus Milwaukee, versus Golden State. But versus Golden State, despite how bad they shot, they still kept that game close enough for us. That's where we got the push on the spread. So if they could just shoot like 40% this game, which I think they could do that. You can expect an NBA team to shoot 40%. If they can get that done, I think they're going to cover the spread. They're going to play good enough defense here to get that done. We got the Magic here, 29th, Hornets 21st at pace of play. Again, I mentioned that in relation to the under, just from the standpoint of, I don't think you're going to see either one of these teams for the most part, blowing anybody out, just because of the pace they play at, and the fact that like I said, Hornets are playing great defense, Magic are playing great defense. I think it's just going to be a gritty game. Could come down to the wire. I think the Magic probably win this game. I wouldn't take the Hornets today on the money line. But like I said, I think they cover the spread and get that done. Hornets are 9-4 against the spread over the last 13 games. They've been a very good spread team of late. And they've treated us well as well. 3-1-1. So let's cash it. Love it there for our number 3 pick. We got the Charlotte Hornets plus 8.5 spread here versus the Orlando Magic. Minus 110 odds on FanDuel. Okay, and finally at number 4, we got the under 218 points in the Pistons Miami Heat game. Minus 110 odds on FanDuel. So the under hit in the only meeting this year, 103-102, the Heat won. So we had 205 points in that game earlier this year. I think you can see something more along the lines of the same. You got the Heat here, 3rd in defensive rating over the last 10. Pistons actually haven't been horrible, which is kind of surprising. They're 17th in defensive rating over the last 10, which isn't bad. About middle of the pack, not bad for this Pistons team. You got the Heat here, 22nd. Pistons 13th in pace of play over the last 10 games. So I like seeing that. Both of these, Pistons about middle of the pack, Heat in the bottom 10 for pace, which bodes well for an under. You got the Pistons here, 27th, Heat 8th in offensive rating over the last 10. Now the Heat have played a lot better offensively, so that could be a concern. But overall, I mean, the Pistons have been still really struggling offensively. But once again, I think we could see this under hit. In terms of, we got the pace of play, we got the Heat playing great defense. I think this is set up nicely for an under for us. This under is hit in 6 of the last 8 meetings. The 2 that hit the over landed at 227 and 223. So even when the overs hit in this matchup over the last couple years, they weren't by a ton. They weren't like in the 240s or even the 230s. They were in the they were within 10 points of the number that we need. So I think once again, I think we're gonna have a great chance here to hit this under, and I love it, guys. For number 4 pick, so love it there. For number 4 pick, we have the under 218 points in the Pistons Heat game, minus 110 odds on FanDuel. Alright guys, that's going to do it for our picks. If you enjoyed the content, please be sure to hit that like and subscribe button. Always appreciate that. We are on the road to 9,000 subscribers. Hoping to get the 10K here by the end of March though, guys. That would be amazing. We need to get on a heater though. We need to get really rolling here. We're not doing our for the sweep parlay, at least for a while. I want to see us actually get a sweep first before I'm putting a 10th of a unit on that. We're not going to waste our money right now on parlays. We're hoping obviously 3-1 would be great today. 4-0 would be fantastic. So hopefully we can get a 4-0 day today. But I appreciate all of you guys. Hopefully we have a great day here in the NBA. Make sure you guys follow us over on social media as well. Outside of that, guys, that's going to do it for me. Hope you guys have a great rest of your day. We will catch you next time. Peace out.